This is a fool. There, you said it. I'm live. Go figure. Listen, you are aware that Asikina plays idiots. This is why you keep hearing idiot, idiot, idiot. You believe that it's one person making a statement. When you hear idiot, that is a 13. So since you feel like I'm putting T's on celebrities, you have me. I want to see if you have me. I want to see it because talk is cheap. I want to see if you have me. That's what I want to see. You said she's putting T's on celebrities and smiled. Go to one of these celebrities and tell them that I put a T on them. I want to see you do it. Because when I say repeat, everything that you said about these celebrities that you put a T on is repeated in their mind. So I want you to go to them. When I said roll call, some of these celebrities are doing what they're supposed to do. You feel like everything has a dollar sign attached to it. You were one of the ones that felt like you could program these celebrities to give you money. Every 10 seconds, you put your CA out because you felt all of these celebrities that I shared were elect ones. You are ones that say, I'm going to do elect one readings because she reads for the stars. You are where it's nothing but distortion. You're very close to Mordor. When I said if I go to the town, ain't nothing gonna happen to me, it ain't. You're talking about distortion where you are at when I got capped. And when I got capped, they were aiming at someone else. That is what I left out. I also said, if I'm solo dolo, I don't encounter none of that stuff. It is because I was with someone that had a lot of karmic debt on him. They didn't even realize that that wasn't the person that they were after. You know what I'm talking about? It was a case of mistaken identity. You are a part of the group that feels like you could say that you are me spiritually. If I wasn't such a big deal, why do you want to be me and you are a whole dude? Why you want to be me? You feel like you can recreate Jezebel on a key era. You felt like Jezebel did that to Jezebel. That's what you felt like. You also said Jeezy, the rapper, is Jeezy Bezel, and he is not. All of you are always wrong. You wouldn't say nothing to me in person or otherwise because the chat is right here. Put it in the air where it's fair. All of you think distorted because your lineage is distorted. But I fixed it. I fixed it. You need to worry about what happens when my body is no more. Because when I go to sleep, I'm present where you're at. You don't know the makeup of an angel. You're a self-proclaimed beast. You're not a beast. I know beasts. You're not one in a physical body. You're not one in music. And you're not an angel that is a Osikania. Because I know them. They're part of my family. You all sit there and formulate so-called plans when I told you Y'all are the group that is being monitored. For some reason, you don't believe that. It's about divine timing. You understand? That's why you feel like you have favor and you haven't done nothing for no one. Ever. You know what my viewers, not just my members, believe? My viewers believe that I am needed. And when I address a celebrity, and that I can need, not their royalty, it is needed because they are aware that they watch me. Now, I also spoke about the ether effect. I know for a fact when I share any celebrity, their royalties go up. Any. You start seeing them everywhere. That is the ether effect. You wish you could do that. Your energy is present on tier 3. And not because you are an HELL racer, because you're not. You're not any fraction of an elect one. You all said, why did she call her group elect ones? She should have just said elite. You don't know any elite. None. There's no circle known to man that is considered elite, even if they call themselves that. You understand what I'm saying? When I said that elect ones was associated with the Curse Valley, I meant that. You feel like I used to watch Noble Drew Ali. You are the same group that feels like the Secret Seven is the seven and they're not. You all are idiots. You went straight to the internet to look up, not research, Noble Drew Ali. Noble Drew is popular in a fraction of the conscious community. He's just one of many. I told you that I spent 7 years in instruction. When I said I slept with the knowledge, I meant that. I would go to sleep with everyone else's doctrine in my bed because I was searching for the ledge. You know what I'm talking about? I was searching. Y'all don't understand. I am a celebrity. When y'all harness that beast thug energy, thuggy, you become that. Not many men say they are angels. And those are the roughest. Because it don't sound hard enough. If you rap in and say, I'm an angel, they gonna be like, what? It's popular to say, I'm a savage. And you don't know any savages. You think you do. Everything in that doctrine happened somewhere. I thought parts of it was a narrative, a storyline. Everything. You all subscribe to there was once dinosaurs. If there was something as great as dinosaurs amongst some world, What makes you think that angels are not real? It's because you've been programmed to know that that is a fact. When Jonah got swallowed by the whale, that was a metaphor. There's not many that are intelligent enough to decipher the codes in any doctrine because you take it for face value. When I said that doctrine was full of poets, y'all didn't get it. The these, the thous. This is how they really spoke. When Mr. Bennett said, decode, y'all didn't even realize that you can't do that. You can't do it because you're not from that era. You can't decode anything. There has been many that has tried. Specifically, the glyphs. Who is telling you this information? Is it coming from source? Or is it another dogma? When I said the Neteru were not Egyptian, nobody got it. Nobody. All of you intellectuals. The Neteru are not Egyptian. When I say, if anyone has anything to say about what I know, not my belief, do a short, tag me, comment. None of you so-called Ephesians do that because you're not sure. There are over 250 Risikinas, just put a rilla in front of it, beliefs. Over. We only know of a handful. So what does that tell you? Why do y'all feel like when you hear Gios, put a rilla in front of it, that that is something good? You all have false beliefs. You are trying to remember what I said about demons, not Dalaman. Because when you say Mons, those are his. It's Archangel Dalaman. Archangel. When I said he's the Star of David in your belief, you didn't even realize that he is documented. And so is Azrael, and so is Baphomet, so is Horus, so is Osiris, so is Jezebel, Satan, Lucifer, Pan, Sabas, Thanos, Eros. That's just a small few. Moses is real. When I said, when you call on the Lord, you are calling on Lucifer. Y'all don't want to believe that. The Lordship is correct. Do yourself a favor and stop subscribing to someone else's belief. When I said, does anyone have any questions? No one says anything. You want to get him to say it. It's because no one sees her. It's because no one sees her. Say it. Say it in that voice. Say it. It's because no one sees her. It's because No one sees her, right? It's because either has my voice. Either has my voice. Oh my God. She's gonna be quiet for about 3 seconds. As soon as I go off, she's gonna start saying, "What do we do? What do we do?" That's the effect of an angel. Because they feel like demons are on their side. The ones in your environment are not on your side, and the angels that are demons aren't either. It's demon and demon. Those are the other fractions. Demon, demon, and demon. You know what I'm talking about? It's 3. So make sure you're calling on the right one. Dalaman could talk to that one right there and tell him to go towards you, because that is his fraction. Now, because I know the apostle came out on tier 3, that means it's clergy watching. We've already been through this. A hostile takeover means you're getting wiped all up and down the walls. They don't do that to cherubs. Remember, we're the ones that look like Cupid spiritually. You're talking about Psyche. You've been listening to my podcast. Psyche is yours. Now, does anyone have any questions? Because when I say it publicly this time, that means I'm not going to hear you spiritually. So put any question here. Diva, if you are listening, do not put nothing in the chat. Because what I hear is, she's not a member no more, she's not a member no more, she's not a member no more. Diva is a fraction of a thuggy. Did you know that? That means you're calling yourself a demon. I'm waiting. You're talking about the Marisals. You don't want to say their name. Those are the ones you think the female, they're women, archangels, and they're not nice. They're not. The ones with the sweet voice, those are the worst ones. I'm telling you. Because y'all do things like, I want to sleep with angels spiritually so they can clean me of my nastiness. This is the stuff that y'all do. So if y'all doing it to angels, we know what y'all doing to the celebrities. He wanted to put his itch, what he says, a jock itch on you, Mr. Banner. Those are the ones that watch you where you're at. It's not because I put you on my community section. It is because when you ascended in your sleep, that's where you were present in their territory. You cannot stop ascension when you are called. It's something that's going to happen regardless. These are the same ones that force theirs. With third eye meditation, I'm just going to be vegan so I can get Buddha enlightenment. You won't ever have Buddha enlightenment, idiot. All the ums. You're not even reaching that frequency. You don't even say it right. If you were to hear a real Buddhist monk chant, you would say, I'm going to stop this. Because you believe it's all about the tone, the speech. And it's not. Kind of like when you hear an opera singer. It's the reason why they're in the opera genre. Because they can sing something else. And it sounds better than 95% of what we have out now. You know what I'm talking about? I want someone to say something. Ask one question. Ask me a question. If you could talk to Jesus, what would you say? What would you ask Jesus? I'll tell you one even better. If you could talk to the big G, G-O-D, what would you ask him? It's crickets where you're at. That's why you hear them like that. It's crickets. I seen a locust the other day. That is a sign. Oh, you're talking about the apocalypse. The apocalypse is associated with the four horsemen. Do you know who the four horsemen are traditionally? No, you don't. No, you don't. You want to know, right? Here comes all the movie producers here. They want to get a little bit of Ethos energy for creativity. This is why I can't stand none of the stuff you produce. You have no creativity. Just make another slave movie. Make Ether a slave. Not again. Make Ether a slave this time. We're gonna make a Angels versus Demon movie. Make it gory with a lot of hemoglobin. And they turn into vampires. And this is what y'all are windmilling for. All of you actors and actresses. You know, when I talked about Kasha, I didn't get it. Akasha is an archangel. Do you know who Akasha is? Listen, Akasha is Satan's wife. That is his spouse. So y'all better be mindful because we are here. I think you should do a baseball movie. That's what I think you should do because that's what you're good at. I think that's a good one for you. You can email me at oracle of the ether at gmail.com and ask me questions. When ether is like this, because I just want her to say, get in there like swimwear again. Now you understand that's what I've been doing since day one, getting in there like swimwear. You feel me? I want you to talk more about the Basi Rasakatia that they did on me that didn't work. Because when the first person did it, guess what? They're not here. Some people, you can't do that for fun. I was just joshing. I was just joking. I didn't really mean it. Cornball dweebs. Goofy. Didn't I tell you to not say anything, Diva? Why is it? Okay, so since you did, every first of the month, you do a ritual that says, I'm just going to ask her for a reading. You are their guinea pig, Diva. I'm just going to ask her for a reading so it resets. Now you feel bold enough because last night you cried yourself to sleep because of all the sirens. You feel like if you comment that I'm going to take you somewhere else, now you know that that's not working. You've did it 13 times. 13. You are playing with me, Diva. And you think I don't know. You heard me say, if she emails me again with that BS, I'm a blocker. Yes. 13 times you've did it. They hear you, the archangels. You think you are somewhere where they can't hear you. Yes, you are. I said, do not comment. That's what I said. You want people to think that you are protected without me. Now let's see what happened. Because you entered into the membership on tier 1, not 3, because of what was happening to you spiritually. You want to be the one that talks to people. Check this out. We're going to see. We're going to see. What it is you play with me too much. Every time, I'm not going to block her. Block her for what? I said if she reached out to me by email, that I would block her because she played with me like y'all play with her. These ones that you communicate with telepathically are ones that do esekina on you. You have the right. Well, you book a reading since you have the right. You book a reading. You book a reading and I'll tell you what you did. You are one that has not ever booked with me. And the Archangel knows why. It's not about tier 1. What it is about you playing with me. 14 times you've reached out and said, I want to book with you. 14. 14. You should have at least 13 contracts there. We're talking about over a span of a year. You've done this. You mean to tell me out of a whole year? Out of a whole year, why do you keep doing it? What what's going to happen for those of you that are viewing this now and those that see this in the future? Someone is going to say, ask her to do a distance healing again, which I am not. I'm not. Some of y'all need to realize that I know what is happening energetically with my members at all times. At all times. You would not be a member ever if I didn't. Y'all could play with these other readers, but not with me. Don't play with me. Ina Kasia, you know, one of the ones that said she did a ball on Ether. And that was the reason why she was gone for a month. All of you take ownership to what you feel is my end. All of you. I can't wait. I can't. The thing about it is the audacity. That's what it is, audacity. And if I say someone did something, they'll say, no, that wasn't me, she wrong, or maybe it happened when I was in distortion. This is all the stuff. I have guided so many. This is what happens with all the angels. This is why y'all can't communicate with angels. You feel like you have a secret society of those that feel like they could hasakaya an angel because you've done it before. These are the ones that you're mixed in with, diva. What I know is she was here when I said, don't put nothing in the chat. And when she heard Eros say, chat, because you believe that that is a Okio talking to you, a Tashniki, and it's not. I have heard everything from the beginning to the end. Y'all used to say a dashiki, but since I corrected you, you can now say Tashniki. You feel like you are a tantric healer. This one over here is Sankano Soshikitiya Sifato.